Welcome back, my friends. My name is Eric, and this is Rome. Today we are playing MW5 with the Rise of Rasalhague DLC. I would also like to take some time and talk about using AI to create assets for use in modding the games we love. And so, without further ado, let's roam.
All right, as the man said, we're roaming. I have completed the first pass. Well, no, I take that back. I've not completed. I've almost completed the first pass of my initial pilot replacement mod, which replaces all of the stock portraits in the game. I've got 17 left that are not, they're kind of at the top of this tree. They haven't been put in any, into the file structure, so to speak. I mean, they're in a file structure, but they haven't been put down into the rest of the mods. Let's see if I can do this. What am I? Large laser. Let's reach out with those. Finish these guys off before we go. So some of these are portraits, important portraits like Rihanna and Rook from the mission where you get Freeman at the beginning, the guy you don't get. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what I got going on. I'm not a very good aim today. Some of them are completely not important. Not as it turns out in the overall kind of impact of the game. And my guess is that they were ones that were done early on in development that were put there to make, you know, maybe some first test missions or something like that done. And then they never got dropped back down into the file structures that created it. They have allies, enemies, and custom are your kind of your three main directories of pilot portraits. And everything kind of falls down in from there. I guess I could have stayed high and gone around there, but that's okay. Anyway, so there's these 17 that I still need to do. Some of them, like Rihanna, are important. I'm gonna have to spend some time on. It took me forever working on Sebastian Spears today. I'm still not happy with it. So ones like that have characters that are walking around, large video segments, stuff like that. Obviously, you need them to match a little bit what's in the game, whereas most of the stuff I can just kind of make up. And as long as it fits kind of the voice a little bit, you're fine, right? And so mostly that's what I've done. So pilots in the game right now, you can't see them. These are stock replacement photos. Once I get this first pass done, there's a few I want to change. I know I want to change that I may go back fairly quickly and fix, but they may not. It also may not happen right away. I haven't decided yet. Depends on how ambitious I'm feeling. So the next step is to start to add custom ones in that we can add in. They're not. Oops, completely missed him. Let's turn around. Struggling here. Let's see him. Oh, he doesn't want to walk around the corner. He's like, screw that. Oh, they drove over each other. I'm just watching him. All right, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna try to find the flyers. You guys shoot those for me, please. There's one. Hey, got one of them. Maybe I got him. What's the map say I gotta do? Yeah, I think we can go up this canyon here and be up to the top level. So anyway, the next bit is to start to add custom ones, the portraits that we can add in that are not the stock replacement ones. They won't appear anywhere else except if we put them in. And so that will be my initial first blush for those of you for subscribers that would like YouTube members, excuse me, not just channel subscribers, two different things there. Paid members. Come on, guys. Are we coming there? There's like a big mech up there somewhere. I would appreciate some support. This is Bartles and James, and we appreciate your. What is it? This message was paid for by Bartles and James, and we appreciate your support. However the commercials went. Dated myself a little bit with that one. Anyway, and that's a way to get those in there so we can just add them. Now we would have to use another mod, something like Fake ID or potentially Pilot Overhaul. We can override all the Pilot Overhaul stuff too, just like I'm overriding the stock ones. And in fact, he gives a tutorial on the Nexus page on how to do just that if you would like. I would like to just do custom ones that don't rely on that, or learn how to figure out how to make that happen just on its own without needing an additional mod. You know, so you just download the Pilot Overhaul and our dudes are gonna be in there. The next step after that is for me to figure out how to create actual personas. So in this case, there he is. Oh, there's a lot of stuff up here. I'm gonna take some hits here. I'm gonna spin around, let them deal with that. I've got, oh, this is bad, this is bad. There we go, that'll help, that'll help. Good job. See, there we saw Kruchy. Oh, he just disappeared. He just disappeared. I don't know who got him, but my God, he just got erased. All right, what do we got over here? We got some tanks gone. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to turn off, well, I kind of went back and forth on this. I think we're seeing the mercenary pilots drop. The problem is, I think, or we think, it's been suggested in comments, that the problem is Coyotes is hiding those messages and hiding that kind of activity from us, which is why we're getting missions where in theory we've seen them, but we're not actually seeing them. We're just having fights like this that have a bunch of extra dudes in them, but are not listed. We don't get the message, we don't get the drop ship, we don't get the option to escape early, but we're running into, you know, extra lances here where there shouldn't be traditionally in the normal kind of game design here. And so I meant to turn that off before we did this. I forgot. I thought about it. I went back and forth on it because I wasn't sure if it would mess this series up. But I think what we'll do is we'll finish this mission, which should be the last one in our multi-mission. I'll exit the game. I'll turn off Coyotes and we'll start to see if we see that stuff happen. Anyway, back to modding. I would like to set it up so that our pilots can be named and hireable. They're actually full personas rather than just a portrait that we can pull into personas, if that makes sense. And so then we could potentially see our characters out in the world. And ideally, I'm going to put them forward because I've taken a little bit of a damage here. I'll let them start shooting first. I'm going to just kind of hide back here. There goes Kruchy and the Banshee. Mad Max, get him. All right. There goes Magnetic Monkey and his archer sending missiles off, as well as Crash. Down he went. Anyway, so then we can create these additional personas. So they're actually living, breathing. They can have histories. You know, they can have all that sort of stuff that we expect the pilots to have, right? When you pull it up, it'll say, you know, Crash grew up in a trailer house on the periphery. He dreamed of being a Solaris gladiator, right? Instead, he fell in with a bad crowd and got suckered into joining MellowSeven. Something like that, right? We can build all that sort of stuff with their pilots, with their stuff. We can give them a specific, oops, getting shot again. We can decide what we want to make their possibility, right? So they start with 4s, but they have a possibility of 10s in each stat or whatever. We can build all that in. So if you see them out there in the world, you can hire them, and it doesn't take us any extra mods or anything. If we're not playing with Pilot Overhaul, in theory, they would still have the 60 potential, right? We could also go back in, and there is a mod that does this already that just increases all of the special pilots in the game to raise their potential to 60. And we could, you know, maybe even add it in so you can get Rook. And again, there's a mod that does just that out there now. And I can roll all that in so I have kind of one overall pilot mod that does kind of what I wanted to do. Ideally then, we could kind of take a page, and I haven't seen how he's done it yet because we haven't run into it yet. But Weapon X? 330's Pilot Overhaul, the mod pilot of that. Mod author of that. He's supposedly, you know, built in these missions if you lose a pilot. And I believe there's also now special missions to find custom pilots out there in the world. I would like to do that. I'd love to do like a storyline where we start the game and we have a custom campaign early. We answer a message from Rihanna that says, let's get the gang back together. And we start with one pilot and we have to go out into the world and do this series and pull in our subscriber pilots into our group. So maybe the first one is, you know, Oliver. And we go and Oliver's on a planet. He says, man, I'd love to go, but I'm in trouble. You know, I've been working for the Yakuza. We got to finish this one. If I run, they'll be after me forever. And so you've got to do a raid mission or something with just the two of you. And you work around and you pull everybody in, you know, Blues Brothers style, right? That's my goal, to get something like that. The other thing I'd like to be able to do is just do a custom start where that obviously would take a custom start. The first version of that would be a custom start where you pick your year, you pick the mechs that you have in there, and you pick your pilots, right? So we know we start with our subscriber pilots with whatever custom mechs we're starting with. We can build that ahead of time, add that in as a mod, and just jump in. So we're not using the save game editor and jumping around trying to figure out what mods we need to kind of add stuff in and then back out. And we could just create that as a custom one. And then, like I say, from there, we could do it as you start with one person, and you have to go out and find all the rest of them. So those are kind of my initial pilot mod thoughts, and that includes a lot. That's custom starts. That's custom. Well, the persona, we're already doing the portraits. Then it's adding portraits in randomly, custom personas, custom start, and then an actual campaign storyline mission that's scripted that runs you through all these missions. So there's a lot in that. There really is, and I think it all flows together. So I think it's doable. I just think, you know, I got to figure out a lot to do. So we'll see. You know, and then maybe as that goes on, maybe we start working ourselves in with other mods. Maybe we do something with the clan invasion crew. Maybe Perp wants some help there, and we could do like some custom, you know, clan pilots or something like that we could start to sprinkle out there into the world. Do some artwork. Now, obviously, all this artwork I mentioned, you guys saw the AI bit at the beginning. I'm using so far Midjourney primarily for these. I've used a bunch of others, and in fact used others to start this, and then I just said screw it and paid the money for Midjourney because I got really good consistent results with it. Although not always the results I'm looking for. Figuring out the prompts and getting it to give you what you want can be a little bit difficult sometimes. I think Instant Art is the one I used initially, and that gives you a number of different styles, different trained AIs that have been trained on different material and can give you dramatically different looks without having to play with the prompts necessarily. You just know if you use, you know, AI X style, you're going to get kind of anime style. And if you use this, you know, I don't know. There's a bunch of different ones. Some of them give you super realistic. One of them is meant to give you very similar to Midjourney. So you got some options there. So there are some free ways to do this. Now, I have added a channel on mine called Instant Art. I've brought the Midjourney bot into the channel. And in theory, you could probably do this in any channel, but I would prefer you do it in the AI art channel if you want. Any of our Discord members can log onto the Discord. They can hop into the channel and they can start using it. You do have to accept the user agreement with Midjourney. But then you get X number of free art assets generated. I don't remember what it is. Roush has been playing with it a lot. Maybe he could tell you what the actual number was. It's been so long since I did my initial Midjourney free access one. I just don't remember what the number is anymore. But you're welcome to jump in and do it. You can actually combine a photo of yourself with some prompts and create something, which is how I created the character at the beginning. That was done with my face as a seed, and then a short description of kind of what I was looking for, and it combined the two and gave us that. So you can do that. If you create your own that you want in there, if you are a subscriber, we'll be happy to use that. That is easy peasy. Otherwise, if you just say, hey, I want you to make one, this is kind of what I want it to look like, I can do that. If you give me a photo of yourself and say, I would like it combined in this, and that's what Roush has been doing. He's got a couple photos of himself in there, and he's combining and mixing and matching and typing stuff in and seeing what he gets. If he gets something awesome that he loves, we'll use it. I do have an initial early version of one that he made that I grabbed, or maybe, I think it was one he did, not one I did, although I did a few too. And then I took another one that I didn't think looked very much like him, but I liked, that is one of our pilot replacements. It's out there in the world as, you know, enemy pilot number 7 or something like that. So it is out there. So he'll recognize it. He has an Easter egg in there somewhere. And we could do that with everybody. We could do a couple. We could do one of you and then one inspired by you that is just out there in the world. And we could do stuff like that. I think it'd be a lot of fun. There's a lot of stuff like that in BattleTech where they've done some, Rogue Tech I know has some in there, and I don't know who actually wrote them originally, if they were part of the Rogue Tech team or what, but they did custom pilots for various big BattleTech streamers and YouTubers, which is pretty cool. So that's kind of where we're at for that. As far as the AI video generation stuff, you guys go get that Zeus, please. I'm going to try to get this guy, get him off the board. He's taking a headshot in there. Can I splash some large lasers in there on the head? Somebody... Oh, no, he got CT'd. We'll get him on that, and then I'll worry about the rest. Oh, big tank up there. All right, so we're out of here. Where is it on the actual map? We got guys coming in. We got to climb back up there. Probably I'm going to have to fight these guys to retreat. Otherwise, they're going to be in our back the whole time. Where's the... Oh, he got behind a building just in time. All right, what do we got? What do we got land on us here? Let's finish him off. That's a... Can we get into his back? There we go. There we go. Punchy. Anyway, I would like to do some more AI. I would love to do maybe kind of some fancy VTuber stuff. I've thought about it for a while. I've looked into it. There's a number of different ways, some easier than others. And most of them are a little too cartoony for me. I don't need to have a little Japanese waifu, you know, bat wings and whatever. You know, Iron Mouse, I think that's her name style. They do a great job. I'm not trying to trash on any of the VTubers. I really, really like what they do. I saw a guy streaming a long time ago, and he was doing, I don't know what game he was playing, but he had kind of a lizard man persona thing. And that's kind of the first one I started seriously going, you know what, this is where it needs to be. And they're using things like face rig and stuff like that to do those animations. And they require a number of animations. So they'll have, well, this isn't going to get me where I want to go. I could have just looked at the map and seen that. They have like a stock face and then a number, like in specific mouth animations for each of the vowels. And it uses those kind of static images to do that rather than using AI generation. The one we used at the beginning uses a stock single photo and then a script, a voice script, and then it animates that stock photo to match your script. Now, that's not something that happens live. That's something that happens post-production. So the face rig stuff is great because you can do it as a live streamer. But you can get some really amazing results in post. Now, the site I used for that, and I can't for the life of me remember what it's called right now, ND3 or D3 or something like that. I use 11 Studio, I think, to do the voice generation. With the script or to put in, I used just a written script for that, and that gave me my voice. I took that voice and the picture, dumped them into this other studio, and it created the animation. Now, there's some stuff on Google, I think it's Google Collab, that you can use some stuff, and you can use a video of yourself or whoever, and it will use that as its cue on how to animate a picture. So you take the stock photo, and then the photo of me talking. So for instance, this output I could kick out separately off to the side somewhere, import that into here with the picture of the character we used at the beginning, and then it will animate that beginning picture based on my face or body movement or whatever I'm doing. And so we could do kind of my VTuber style that way, right? Where I could be that character, we could put him down on the screen just like I am right now, and he's gonna do what I do. He's gonna look where I look, he's gonna move his mouth the way I move my mouth, but it won't be me. Now, I'm interested in this for a number of reasons. One, just for the technical aspect, and that might be the most important to me right now. Just how does this stuff work? How good is it? How can we use it? It's obviously very good if you have, you know, a lot of expensive if you've got a lot of money and big supercomputers and a movie studio behind you, you know, if you're making the next Avatar, right? But how does it work if you're you and me? If you're using a mid-grade computer and some mix of free or maybe some small monthly paid stuff, you know, you could build something 1 month and then turn it off till you work on production for the next one and then get in and do your final prep for another month and not have to pay a lot. Do it on the cheap, more or less. So the technical aspect is definitely part of it. But the other part of it is, yep, they were back in there again. So we did have another drop of them that we didn't see. But we did get some more intel points. Engines are good. This is our new moneymaker. It's going to be engines, not parts, I think. But who knows? We do have 4 Atlas D. So let's grab another one because we could sell that one. Victor, Zeus. Do we have parts of anything else? We do have a Thunderbolt part. So I guess we could grab 4 more so we could build one of those. Let's see if there's any good gear there. That's a pretty good LRM-15. I do like LRM-15s quite a lot. I'm going to need to replace a medium laser. We'll grab maybe a couple of those. Anything else? And we could obviously rebuild stuff now too, because we are running YAML, right? So we could take all these small lasers, combine them, and create a large. So there's no shame in taking the lower level stuff, although you need so many of them to build something big. I don't really think it's worth it probably in the long run. Maybe to go from level 1s to level 2s or get some cheap level 3s. But by the time, if you want 4s and 5s, you need so many of them. It costs you so much cash. It's probably just worth buying or looting or finding them separately than it is building them. But if you got nothing else to do with your cash, go for it. Come back up here and I'm just going to get some. We've got 10 more spots. Do we have a level 10? We'll go for a Black Knight part that we could potentially self one. I did, by the way, see that there was a message about the. Remember, we found Annihilator mech parts that were not coded properly. I did see an update saying patch update for that to fix that. I haven't downloaded it yet. I haven't updated. I've been so busy on this in class since the week started that I haven't got to it yet. But I did see that there was a patch note saying it was fixed. I got 20 kills. 8 of them were turrets. Kruchy led the way with 8 mech kills. 1700 damage. Crushed the rest. I told you that Banshee's good. I like that Banshee a lot. It's just got a weird weapon layout for me. He did lose an arm, it looks like. I think that's the arm with the expensive PPC on it, but that's fine. We can put another one on there. I think he's the only one who took any significant damage. He got a level up, 3 level ups. Monkey got a level up. Bandit did not, but he's close on a few things. And Weaver got a couple level ups as well. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead real quick. Achievement unlocked. I don't know what that one is. Well, tell us if we go. Well, it should tell us. Challenge accepted. 5 missions with your lance at least 50 tons under max tonnage. Oh, well, we cheated because we made max tonnage 400 tons. I don't know what the actual tonnage was. That one could have been heavy, but it probably wasn't 400 tons. So I think we cheated on that one, if I'm honest. Although, to be fair, we needed what we got, right? I mean, let's be honest. That we needed that. All right, we're not getting a lot of XP for fighting these. I think because you get a lot for the first one, but you don't get much more past that. So we haven't got much of that. So we'll have to go back and do that. Battle mechs. Let's fly someplace cheap. Do some repairs. We go to Fatima there. They don't love us there. I apparently flew right past one somewhere while saying I needed one, and I don't remember where that is. Let's fly back up to Goonsburg here. It's still really early in the timeline, despite how long we've been. By the way, prior to recording this episode, we have 620 videos in my MechWarrior 5 playlist. So I've made 620 videos for this game since the beta started. It just blows my mind. Boggles the mind, you know, or as ViceScript Garage, as he says, it bottles the mind. Kill 3 blackjacks. Let's do this one. We can go do that. That'll be fun, and that'll get us a level. I don't know how often we see blackjacks, but sure. Well, we can take some lower level missions and see if we can get some of that. Let's jump into a quick repair while we're thinking about this. You're fine? Yeah. And the game is so slow now with all this stuff going on. There, you click, and then you wait, and then there's a pause, then you can click the next thing. You're missing stuff. Everybody's missing an arm. Some of us are missing more than arms. All right, let's take a look at you first. Repair all. And again, we're missing that PPC, but we can put another good PPC on there. It just won't be as good. There we go. Now, we knew that we were going to lose arm stuff, so that is not a surprise at all. Let's go ahead and take care of this one. And it looks like we've got the replacements for all of that. That's good. We got about 26 mil. Okay. This one, I don't think this one has anything exotic on it. Don't have a LRM-10 that big, but, or that, well, no, I don't have one that good. We'll just put a bad one on there and call it a day. I don't have any LRM half ammo, weirdly enough. And market, do they have any for sale? They do have ammo, but they don't have LRM half. Are we maxed on armor? Yeah, we kind of are. What if... Do I have double heat sink left? I was going to say, we should do double heat sinks on this one. Oh, I might. Cooling. I have lots of double heat sinks, but I want a double heat sink kit. So we get rid of a bunch of these, right? Because that'll get us 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We could almost get rid of every single one of these and be stock at the end, right? That's going to free us up all this extra tonnage that we could then go with bigger stuff on. Although I don't know if we can get too many bigger weapons. So I don't know. Well, I don't know. I'm just gonna save it right now as it is. And we'll add that extra half ton later. We'll jump in here. Do not have another AC-20 burst fire that is stupid, crazy big like that. I do have some just flat AC-20s. I guess, you know what I'm going to do, actually? I'm going to back off a little bit. I don't particularly like the burst fires. I'm going to go back on these. I do still have the 1 ton that I can't use yet. It is what it is. What else? If we get double heat sinks in this one, same thing. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We take these 5 slots out, right? Still have better cooling, and then be able to get, but that's going to leave us 6 tons. But we can put in like another large laser or something like that, right? And get us back to where we want to be. So definitely a possibility there as well if we can get some more double heat sinks. We're still, again, earlier in the timeline than I thought, which means I don't mind taking time to do some of these longer repairs and fly around and stuff, because I think that's fine. Oh, we did so much damage to this one. All right, AC-20. There we go. Engine core, medium laser. I got a good one. Probably not worth sticking out there on an arm, though. Put them both on the same arm so they're better to aim. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Let's group them together. SRM4 is gone. Okay, we need another one of those. For as much good stuff as we have, we don't have the stuff I would need. You know what I'm saying? Engine core 360. I don't think I've got a 360 kicking around. I have a 385. Do they have one on the market? No, they've got a 350. And I have a 285. Well, I guess we go 350, gets us a little bit more tonnage. For now, he is going to be a little bit slower. We got to put heat sinks back in, I think. I don't remember if we had it or not, but we can... I'm trying to, like, if I don't have a double heatsink kit, I know there's a mod that forces you to act that way. I don't have that installed, but I'm trying to play that way. So I know it's not optimal. We could get more cooling in this for the tonnage. I understand that. That's just kind of how I'm doing it. Just self-imposed rules. Doesn't say it anywhere, but that's kind of what I'm working on. We got a half ton left. Half ton of ammo of some sort. Do I have a half ton of something? How about half ton of AC-20? Toss it in there. That gets us back up. A little bit slower, but we're back up and running. Is that everybody? I still need to do the roam as well. See if there's anything cool that we want to put on it. We got some more mechs that we could build. Salvage assembly. Got an archer. Let's go ahead. I don't think we need it. So that would get us, we could build it for 430. That's not too bad. Or we could sell it. We could just sell the salvage. Let's take a look. So we would get 270 for each. So we're looking at about 1.3 mil, essentially. If we build it, we are out just under 18. So we build it. It says it's going to cost us 483. It appears to have cost us that. And then we sell it, and we get 2.8. So yeah, we came out about a mil in advance to do that. Here, where we're a hero, right? So let's go ahead. We'll assemble this one. We'll sell it. We've got 4 of this and 1 of that. I think we could still build it though, right? Yeah. We got the additional part we'll use right there. It's gonna, it dramatically increases the cost to build them when you use parts from other things. That's okay. Let's take a look at the A, because we don't have an A. All we've got is D. This was the SRM one, right? Oh, yeah. Okay, I think we stick with it. Do I just repair it for now? Like I said, this looks like my dream one right here, right? I kind of like the idea of 4 Atlases. I'm not a huge Atlas fan, right? I'm more of a King Crab fan for myself. But the Atlas is a tankier mech. It's meant to survive in the field a little bit longer, although not something like this, right? Whereas your King Crab is your, you know, that's your shock troop, right? You go in, you smash your way through, and then you come back, right? They're the Marines, right? They're not meant to stay there. They're just meant to be scary and blow up stuff a lot, and then get the hell out and let somebody else who's equipped to hang out longer do that. You know, they're the opposite of the special forces, you know, the Green Berets. Let's see if I got an AC5 kicking around that we want to stick in there. Weirdly enough, I do. So that's pretty good. I mean, that's 5 SRM6s, an LRM10 for long range, and an AC5 for long range, a couple medium lasers for some support. I think that's worth it. I'm going to go ahead and start on that. And we got lucky on the repairs, because notice some of those others we built were in horrible shape. So significantly better shape. So we do have some Marauder parts. We need at least 2 more to build something. And I think I'm going to leave that one there. I know it's only about 30 minutes, maybe 35. A lot of talking. You guys have some thoughts, some ideas. If Perpetrator or any other of the mod authors out there see this, they've got some hints for me, or they want to work on some of the stuff that I've suggested, if they want to collab and help show me the ropes a little bit, I would love that. You know, generally speaking, our mod community is awesome. And I know if I reached out and said, I need help on this, they would give it. But it is what it is. Oh, I forgot to talk about this. Hold on. We started it. VTuber, reasons to do this AI stuff. A, technology. We did that. B, social, anxiety. How hard is it for you and me? Maybe you're somebody that would really be interested in this, but you don't want your face on the screen. Or even maybe your voice. Maybe you're much more comfortable, you know, being outside of the spotlight, but still being able to do this. Maybe that's something that your own personal, you know, cocktail of brain chemistry, anxiety, you know, has put on you. And I'm definitely there some days. Notice that there's not a camera on these every day. Sometimes that's technically. Sometimes the lighting's bad where I am. Sometimes I just don't want to be in front of a camera. I mean, that's just how it is. Some days I'm just not comfortable. I'm not streaming anymore. And that's one of the reasons. So there is that. That's another really huge deal. And if I can kind of figure out easy ways to do this, cheap ways to do this, maybe you're my age or similar background or just similar kind of aesthetics, and the standard kind of cartoony VTuber thing doesn't work for you. You're not looking for a waifu. You're looking for something else. Or maybe it doesn't fit the games you play. Maybe you've got nothing to do with aesthetics. It just doesn't work with what you do and you want something to do. Because this way we could do a custom character for every game and every save. We could create that persona, a voice, a look that fits that character that we have. And we can play the game in character. I play these as you and me, right? That's how we do it. It's supposed to be like, you're sitting next to me, we're playing video games, you're like, hey man, what if you do that? Or, oh, you idiot, you forgot that, or you missed that. Oh, you're dumb, you know, that sort of stuff, right? That's what it's meant to be. But we can do that. We could do it differently, where there's a lot more of a role play element, where we jump in and maybe we spend less time on the mechanics of the game and we spend more time on the role, where we jump in and we do our acting and we show the storylines that are there and we respond to them in voice and character. And we can even read each of it, right? So it's where maybe not in this game, but maybe in a normal game, maybe any sort of role-playing game where I end up having to read huge walls of text. And it's just me in my voice doing the best I can acting sometimes, but it's still my face and it's my voice. Well, then we could create custom characters for each of those that still react the way my camera wants me to react and says I'm reacting and showing I can act it, but it will show it on a more appropriate face and character for that role with a more appropriate voice for that character. And obviously that's all done in post. You know, you see some people like Fuzzy Bunny Happy Toes. I'm getting that wrong. There's a streamer. He's amazing. He does a lot of BattleTech stuff. He's on Twitch. He plays other games too. He plays a lot of the games I play. He is absolutely spectacular. He's always in a good mood. I don't know if he is, but he fakes it very well. He's hugely fun, and he uses the voice synthesizers a lot to do all of the different voices and the sound effects and stuff like that. I'm not comfortable doing that live. He is. I feel silly, and I shouldn't because it works amazing. Anyway, we could do something like that where every character gets its own voice, but we could also get every character get its own animated face and to go with that persona. I think it'd be fun. Also gives me cool behind the scene videos for the channels as we create those personas for each of the characters as we go forward. You guys let me know what you think. That's my dream. Again, anybody else out there working on similar stuff or just interested in it, you want to collaborate, you want to bounce ideas off each other. Obviously, the channel comments are a great way to do that. It boosts, obviously anytime you interact with the channel, that's an interaction. If you want to fight with me and tell me I'm dumb over and over and over again, without ever giving any of your own soul or reasoning up, which seems to be reasonably common, especially when it comes to Epic, feel free to do that too, because every time there's a reply, that helps the channel. You can do it there, but I also have a Discord. It is linked down below. The if you're seeing this, 6 months in the future, the invitation does expire. So if you find a more recent video, click that and maybe it works. And if even that doesn't work, drop me a message and I will put a new version in. I'll probably do it with a new version and change the description going forward. I don't go back and change all the back ones. Like I said, of 620, now 621. Mech Warrior videos alone, so I'm not going back to update all the descriptions. I'm sorry, but if you happen to have a bad one, let me know or just look for a newer video, and we'll get you a new one. And you can hop in there, and we'll have some channels on there on modding and AI and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, it is what it is. We'll see you guys next time. Cheers.